Okay, yeah, well, you're welcome anytime. So, okay, well, I'm starting to getting the meeting started now. So again, so you're gonna open it up and you're gonna turn it over to me. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'll get Miss.
Oh, just a minute, Wayne.
Oh, okay.
Meet doesn't work on this browser. Whoops. The meeting doesn't work on this browser. See here now.
Okay. I mean, do you have the meeting invitation I sent out?
Yes, I do.
Have you tried getting in on that link?
Okay. It says it doesn't work on my browser.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't.
Wow.
I mean, what kind of browser are you using? I mean, it should work on Chrome. It should work on Internet Explorer. What browser are you using?
Chrome.
No, do you have Zoom installed?
But I can't access it. Darn it.
I don't know, Rick. You can always dial in on your phone using the phone number on the invitation. You dialed in last time. It worked, didn't it?
Yeah, I dialed in last time on my phone.
Well, you may have to do that again. Do you see the number to dial in? The new everybody. You can use that New York number.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Wayne. I got it.
Okay. All right. Is that gonna let you get in?
Yeah, I think we'll.
So, hi, Wayne.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Hi.
Joining us.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I was just gonna say if Rick needs, if he's having difficulty getting in, I don't know if he.
Okay, Wayne, thank you.
Okay.
If he hit the run, once he clicks on that link and hits run, it should open up.
It should. Yeah, he's had trouble before. It's maybe better for him just to call in.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us.
Oh, sure. Thank you for joining. Okay, very good. We'll just wait for some others to join in. Okay, let's see. see here now. Okay. Okay, Ms. Campbell. Okay, so you're with the VA Experience Office?
Yes, the Veterans Experience Office.
Okay, I apologize. I just don't know what all of you guys do up there. So in the Experience Office, so.
Oh, you're quite fine. And after today, with Dr. Davis briefing, you'll know a lot about what the Veterans Experience Office does outside of the work that we've been doing with your CVAP.
Okay, great. That sounds good. And Mr. Jim, I understand Mr. Jim Wartsky is going to introduce her. Is my understanding.
It's correct.
Okay, and what is his title? Do you know?
Jim is the Veterans Family and Community Engagement Executive Director.
Okay.
So while we're waiting on everyone to join in, Jim reports to Dr. Davis, and Jim oversees a team of folks who supports the CVABs.
Okay. Very
So
good.
we work for Jim.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And what do you do? What's your title?
I am the Data Insights and Analytics Division Chief. I support Jim in multiple ways.
Oh, okay, I got you. Very good. And you're in DC?
No, I am actually in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
We're
Yeah.
spread out across the U.S.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Very well.
Dr. Davis is in DC. Jim is in Florida.
Okay. Okay. And I talked to somebody yesterday who was in New York City. So you guys.
Tony Davis.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Okay, very good.
Awesome.
I'm gonna shut my door here. Hello, Mr. Wartsky?
Yes. Yes, hold on, let me just correct myself.
Okay. Yes, I'm on the phone right now. I'm on the call, and Dr. Davis should be joining us very shortly.
I can see you, Mr. Wartsky.
Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you?
I was just great.
Good, good. I understand you're going to introduce Dr. Davis.
Yes, I will. It will be my privilege.
Okay, very good. Well, you'll be first in the batter's box. Well, who just signed in with the telephone number of 202-603-4587, please?
That's me, sir. That's Jim Wartsky. Although I'm on Zoom video, I also keep a backup at all times, and that's my phone number. Just
Oh,
call me.
okay. Got it. Good. That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah. This is his favorite person here, Wayne Jackson.
Oh, that's the PDA library song.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure that they got it up.
Thank you. I got Savannah. I don't know it. Maybe it, but she what she's going to do. No, yeah, Leonard did. That's how she's going to do it.
That's probably the full name.
Yeah. Martin P. Jones. Who's that?
It could be Charleston, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They do it formally because they're doing it from the registration on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Randy.
She heard you on mute.
Take this mask off. I'm here by myself.
Yes, I'm not going to do
Hey, Randy.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, you name it.
You must be by yourself today. I see you don't have your mask on.
Yeah, I'm properly social distance for the meeting.
Hey, do you put a mask on them deer when you go in the woods to get them?
No, but hopefully I get close enough to them where I need one.
There you go.
I think Rick is trying to get into the meeting. So.
I don't think Barry's going to be able to get on today either because he just had his surgery yesterday.
Okay.
So I'll be putting out a little bit of stuff I guess he's got here for the Veterans Park. He sent me an email on.
All right. All right. Who is Bolson? Who is Tolson Haywood, please? Oh, okay.
That's me. I got you.
Oh, okay. I got you. I recognize you now. Didn't recognize the name. You're
Yeah,
right
good to see your face.
Yeah, right down the street from me.
That's right.
Is Susan going to be able to make it today?
Yeah, I think she's over there. I think she's getting in.
Okay.
Hello, Karen.
Hi, good morning.
You got Dr. Hicks, I think.
Yes,
Dr. Hicks, are you there?
I am. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
I can, thank you.
How you doing, Miss Hicks?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
How are things at the little clinic on the prairie?
Soon to be a new clinic on the
Yeah, I
prairie.
know.
There you go.
Yeah.
How
Hopefully
exciting.
they got a good phone number with the new one.
Yeah, really. And among other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, CB, how you doing, my friend?
Morning, how are you?
I'm great. Were you able to get a hold of Jim Leslie yesterday?
Yes.
Good. Okay, he helped you?
Well, he gave me the information I needed and everything at this minute is tentative. We're just trying to work things out and then I'll get back in touch with him again.
Great, okay. He's the man. Hello, Mr. Davis.
Hello there. How are you?
Good to see the face with the name.
Absolutely. Been a pleasure speaking with you the last couple of days.
Likewise. Anytime, please. Yeah.
What's sad about that is I'm the ED for that group for Tony and Carmen, and it's the same thing too. It is occasionally nice to see a face with the name and just responding so quickly. Hopefully, we'll have Dr. Davis on the line.
Okay.
I just got an email from her, so she should be joining us very shortly.
All right.
Wayne.
Yes, sir.
Is Woody on board yet?
No, sir.
When Woody comes on board, if you want to ask him if he wants to do the prayer, because I don't think Robert's going to be on board because they're doing the DAV certifications today.
Okay. So you ask Woody to do the invocation?
If he would, normally, you know. Yeah.
Well, if he can, I can.
Okay.
Hello,
Leonard,
Dr.
we have
Davis.
Dr. Davis on the line.
Hello, Dr. Davis.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Morning. We're so pleased to have you as part of our group this morning.
Oh gosh, this is my honor. I'm so excited to get out of Washington. Although I must admit, you know, and I didn't stop to say hi, but I was just down your way right after Labor Day. I came down to visit a couple friends in Bluffton.
Oh, sure.
And so that was nice. Love it there.
Yeah, Bluffton's a great place, right outside of beautiful Hilton Head.
Well, I stayed on the high ground.
Yeah, that's good to avoid all the tourists. Probably a good thing. It's great. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in DC. I was at Andrews Air Force Base, and then I was at Pentagon. I worked for the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Health Affairs.
Oh, when was that?
Oh, it was back in 80. Let me think. Back in 93 through 99. I helped do TRICARE for Life.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I know a lot of us appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, that was my main project. I'm probably most proud of that I was part of. So, yeah, try to help out some folks. Sounds good. All right, we're getting assembled here. Hello, Woody. Yeah, Dr. Davis, we'll put you first in the batter's box this morning. You'll go first.
Whatever is best for you all.
Okay. Well, I understand that's probably better for you, so we'll accommodate that. Hello, Woody.
Hey, Wayne.
Yes, sir.
Morning.
Morning. Hey, Arlene. How you doing? Hey, Roosevelt.
How you doing? How y'all doing?
Good, Roosevelt.
Yes.
How you? Hey, Wayne, this is Rick.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Rick. Hey, good.
I'm doing good. Good.
Good. I hear you loud and clear.
All right, good. Okay. Are we ready to start?
Let's give it another couple minutes.
All right.
I think I got some people still trying to get on, and
Woody.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Woody.
How you doing, Woody?
I'm doing great.
Good. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yep. Baby Jake is growing, and actually 4 weeks today, as a matter of fact, 4 weeks old today.
Wow.
Not sleeping
Very
much.
good, huh?
Not sleeping too much, but we're getting through it.
Yeah.
I look
How
forward
many
to seeing him.
is this for you?
At 53 years young, this is my first child.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I promise that'll keep you active.
It already has.
To say you're going to have a lifestyle change is an understatement.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what they say, children are great, but they're hazardous to your wealth.
That's good advice.
Very true. That's the truth.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is Carolyn.
Oh, hey, Carol.
I have an appointment right now that I'm going to be leaving. So Kenny Taylor is my my right and left arm person, and he's going to be sitting in for me. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, Rick, I'd recommend you starting this after 10, so it's all yours.
Okay. Good morning, members.
Morning.
Welcome to the PD Veteran Advisory Council Zoom meeting. I hope all are staying healthy and well. Is the chaplain in?
No.
No, but
if Woody would.
Woody can say the prayer.
Would you, Woody, please?
I can do that. Thank you for the actual opportunity to do this in the chaplain's absence. Let us pray. Our most heavenly Father, we give thanks to you for this opportunity to get together to serve America's heroes and do the right thing for veterans. Thank you for this opportunity for us to get together as a community and discuss what's doing the right thing for our veteran population out there. We thank you, Father, for our health and for your guidance and being the source of our strength. And we pray for a solid meeting today with information gathering and again to do the right thing for veterans. And God bless this country, and God bless those folks that are addressing the coronavirus. And all these things we pray in sweet Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Woody. Thank you very much. I want to mention to you all about the coronavirus. You know, it's alive and well. I know people are starting to get out now, but don't let your guard down. Practice social distancing, wear your mask, and be careful. And if you see someone not wearing a mask, tell them to wear your mask, please. If they give you any guff, just move away from them. Don't get involved in any conversation with them. Just move away from them, okay? I'm going to have to leave the meeting. I have a doctor's appointment, orthopedics, this morning at McLeod, and Wayne's going to take over. However, we have a guest speaker this morning, Dr. L. Davis, and she is going to be introduced by, I'm not sure who, but someone will introduce her, maybe Wayne will introduce her, and you all take care and be blessed. Wayne's all yours.
Okay, thank you. Actually, welcome Dr. Davis, and to properly introduce you, somebody can properly sing your accolades and accomplishments is one of your colleagues, Mr. Jim Wartsky.
Oh, but that's not necessary. Thank you, Jim. That's
so. Jim, go
okay,
ahead.
ma'am. Well, Dr. Linda Davis, Chief Veterans Experience Officer, and thank you for your ingenuity and leadership, ma'am. And there's your introduction. So. Well, much appreciated. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Well, good morning, everybody. And I'm not only honored to be with you and your CVEB, but also to have with me my colleagues, Jim Wartsky, Carmen Gamble, Megan Warren. I think there may be someone else, but this is just the CVEBs are one of our 4 pillars of how we exercise our commitment. Our #1 priority at VA to support the veterans with the best customer experience they can possibly have in care and in benefits and in memorial services. I have the honor of leading the office, reporting directly to the secretary, to lead this effort across the entire department to make sure we're listening to the voice of the veteran with you all, and that we're also then responding and designing and delivering services in the way that meets their needs where they are, that are changing, especially at times at COVID, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But, I'm sorry? Just as quick background, I had the honor of serving in the Army, signal officer. I'm the mother of a soldier who served in intelligence, the daughter and the caregiver of veterans. And so this has been part of who I have been and continue to have the honor to be in both personally and professionally. I did have some stints at DOD, especially working on wounded warrior care. And I've had the chance to be in South Carolina when we've had our veteran Experience Action Centers. You all have done a super job of community engagement. And recently, what you did with the road repair in Florence and the CBOC and improving the access there, you know, kudos to you. We know at VA we can't do it alone. I come out of a community mental health orientation. I was a psychologist at a VA in the Vietnam era. So I'm kind of boots on the ground, and I appreciate that our CVEBs are exactly that. You tell us what needs to get done and what our veterans need. So we're here to support you, and Jim and Carmen and the rest of his team help us do that. We have a lot of information to share on resources that you can share to not only the veterans that you support in your catchment area, but to their families, caregivers, and survivors. So I know Jim will follow up, making sure you have all of those, including making sure you have all the phone numbers for who to call when there's not only a crisis, but there's a question about the status of benefits. We have, of course, the White House VA hotline. Any veteran can call 24/7 to find out the status of their claims, to ask a question about a facility. We have agents that are veterans like ourselves and family members that are trained to be there and answer that. That hotline is really managed by our office. So we have it's answered almost over 500,000 calls now, and all of those get addressed with a response, and we hold accountable to reply. I'm sorry? Oh, I thought I was hearing a question. Please don't hesitate to, you know, to ask any as we go along. But Jim and team will provide you with a lot of the information on relevant numbers, including how to access the telehealth. As we go through the COVID, which is really so present in all our minds, and I appreciate the reminder about the masks, and just for the consideration, we've changed the way we're delivering health care, and I want everyone on this call to be able to tell any veteran or family member or caregiver that you run into how they can access care without having to leave their home. One of the ways we've taken some innovation, and it's thanks in part to what you all taught us during the Veteran Experience Action Centers that we did in other areas throughout the South. We learned that for us to do a one-stop virtual event in an area where veterans didn't have to leave their home but could make an appointment and call and talk to everybody at the VA, it was a real benefit. So we're already talking to your state director. Jim has had calls, and we will be going in 2021. We'll be coming to South Carolina to make sure that we're able to host one of our, what we call our virtual Veteran Experience Action Centers, and to support the veterans where they are. That's a real service, especially in bad weather in the Northeast. It's proven valuable down in the Gulf Coast. It's been a real help when we've had the hurricanes and responses to challenges. So we listen and learn and try to respond to you with the services that matter most. I want to talk a little bit about our COVID responses. We, in addition to increasing things like telehealth, telemedicine, care in the community, making sure that it's easy for veterans to use their TRICARE for life services or private providers. One of the things we wanted to do was to understand what was most important to veterans. So we asked if things are kind of returning to in-person service delivery, what do you want to see? And the number one thing that veterans, this was across the country, the number one thing they wanted to see was that not only the providers in the hospitals, but other veterans receiving services were in fact wearing masks and observing distance. Now, I know masks can have a lot of implications for many of us in terms of what they can represent, but on a purely health basis, veterans asked across the country that the VA continue to make sure that others they would come in contact have masks on. They also wanted to make sure we were clean. And so that one of the things my office has led is an initiative called Green Gloves, making sure that it's very, very obvious every facility has taken extraordinary measures to keep clean, and in fact, making these green gloves available for not only providers in the hospital, but for veterans to use if they want to. Another thing we've done is if you come for an appointment, rather than having to go into the hospital and wait in the hospital in a waiting area, you can receive a text, choose to receive a text in most of the facilities so they can let you know, and you can come in only when it's ready, you know, you're in the queue and you're ready to go. We also used the text when we reached out to veterans to tell them if their facility was going to be open, what hours, and for what kinds of services. So we can now reach anybody, let's say in your catchment area, with a very specific message about the services in their area. Keep that in mind, if you will, because that might be helpful, especially if there is one of those hurricanes that's forming down south. If they do come through and we have a tough winter, know that our office can specifically reach out by zip code to veterans in your area and help provide them information that is useful on the resources that we have. We can also do that by email. We send out over 11 million emails every week. I hope some of you are getting the vet resources e-newsletter. Is anybody seeing that on Wednesdays that comes to you? Okay, I got a couple hands. Let's make sure, Jim, we'll make sure even those, if you're not a veteran, we want you to have it anyway, because it's chock full of great useful information, including not only our own VA resources, but state resources, local resources, stories on the successes you've had. I know we've had a blog about you all in the past. We want to help you make sure that everyone in your area is aware of what you're providing and reinforce those messages that come from you. So that vet resources is a great way to do that. We have also, we have a page on the website, va.gov, that's /coronavirus. It has all the information that you need or would want to share with anybody. And you can go there, and somebody who's better at IT than I am, it's actually pretty simple, but you can chat. You can ask a question, not even have to get on the phone, and you can use this, what we call, chat bot. And we're having thousands of veterans being able to reach us for information that way. We're helping state veterans homes, not just our own VA community living centers, but state veterans homes. You saw the big deal about when the Mercy went up to New York. It's not just New York. We're all over the country helping. I think we've helped 12 different states with their nursing homes and taking civilian patients and supporting them where they are and letting our nurses and doctors go in and making sure they had the protective equipment that were needed. We've had almost 2,000 staff members, in fact, go into these civilian nursing home facilities to help them out. Right now, our census for the number of veterans that have tested positive and employees, we've tested 658,000, and of that number, about 56,000 have been diagnosed with COVID. Glad to say that currently we have under 300 patients that are still being supported with that diagnosis. So we've been able to get a pretty good handle on it. Another thing we're doing, we're engaged in the development of the vaccine. So we're working that, especially with some hospitals more on the West Coast, and making sure that when it's time to offer the vaccine, that we'll be ready not only with the product itself, but the ways to distribute it to those most at risk. Of course, during this time, it's not just about healthcare, it's also about all of our benefits and such. So I just wanted you to know that we've held a lot of virtual hearings on the appeals process, over almost 4,000 of those during this time. There's been 50,000 decisions issued with those that were pending. And we've continued to pay last respects to veterans who have died, and not just from COVID, of course. The majority of deaths are not COVID, but just simply the facts of life and those of us who are aging. But our cemeteries have done an exceptional job, even when it's been challenging to get families together. So we're glad to be able to do that and continue to provide services for mental health and suicide prevention and homeless. I kind of sound like an advertisement, and maybe that's because I'm proud of, the way that I think the VA has stepped up. But there's more to our ongoing work than just how we're responding to the COVID or other challenges that arise. And I think you all are aware, I hope, of one of our great products. I hope you've been able to have a copy. Did you ever get the VA welcome kit? I see some, okay. Well, we're coming out with another version of that. And it'll be out this fall. And, this makes it really easy to know how to navigate the VA. I mean, for me, this is a huge help, even now. And it's really a huge help for family members. It identifies, who to call, what, and when, and it's easy to read. Every single service member who leaves the military gets one of these now during their transition assistance program. We also make sure that their families get it. But one of the things I want you to know is that the members of Congress are getting these, and they will get the newest edition. Why that's important is because whatever they have, I want you all to make sure you have too. Because of course, you're one of the groups that they come to and relies on for information and assistance to the veterans that are in their congressional districts. So these also have the quick start guides. As you know, this one is related to accessing disability ratings. We've got some for caregivers. We've got some for healthcare, women, veterans, education benefits. These have just been very, very helpful. And we'll be augmenting this one is for caregivers, especially in October. You know, September is a month where we focus on mental health and suicide prevention. And we've got a big initiative for public health we call Prevents. There's a lot of resources around that you all can get and use, and Jim can help you with those. But in October, we, as we get ready for the month of November and celebrating Veterans Day, we're going to look at the caregivers. And I know that I'm kind of in the sandwich generation. I'm caring for the widow of a World War II veteran as well as the daughter of a veteran. And so oftentimes we're doing this in the midst of things like COVID and our work requirements and raising young children for the first time in our 50s. Life is busy. And sometimes even our kids become caregivers. A lot of our post 9/11 veterans who were younger, who had children before they were wounded or had them afterwards, their children now become part of their caregiving team. And so for the first time, we're really looking at the consequences of having a veteran with a wound, illness, or injury in the house and how we can help the whole family and not just help a spouse get to an appointment with the veteran, but helping the whole family. So we have a center of excellence that we've started for veteran and caregiver research. It's named after Senator Elizabeth Dole from the state north of you all, and her championship for this area. But we're doing some great work looking at how we can support children and their families. Parents understandably are real concerned about that, always, but especially now. So we'll be doing a lot of things around caregiver, and there is the expansion of the program that provides stipends for caregivers. That is rolling out in October. So for the first time, our Vietnam era veterans and their caregivers will be eligible to apply for support for the home, that the assistance they provide in the home to their loved one. So Jim will make sure there's information you have out on that, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions. When I mentioned the quick start guide or the welcome kit, I alluded to the maps. I know you all, I think you're very aware of our journey map, our veterans journey maps. We have dozens of these now, and this one happens to be the core one that talks about the moments that matter and the whole transition from joining the military to memorialization of the veteran. But then within those, we do deep dives and we look at specific areas like the patient, the experience of the patient. What these help us do, it helps us understand how we can better serve the veteran. So you all have seen these, I'm sure, you know, going to an appointment, arriving at the veterans about what are the most important things for those. We have a whole team that is dedicated to working with our VHA, the Veterans Health Administration, which is the largest integrated health system in the country. We have a whole team that looks at those comments from veterans and then translate those into action. We now have trained over 100,000 VHA employees on customer service, how to own the moment, how to ensure that every veteran feels that they have ease of access, efficiency in their service delivery, and that emotionally resonant. In other words, they're respected. We're, unfortunately, we are reminding and working with all staff, all VHA staff will be trained on this. There's a commitment of leadership. So to remind us all that above all, it's not just the technology and it's not just the hustle. It is making sure we're showing the respect to our veterans that they need. One last thing I'll mention that we're doing. I talked about in these, these maps and the moments that matter. We get those by listening to veterans, doing the focus groups. We also listen on the White House VA hotline I mentioned. But another way we're listening is through our surveys. We have over 46 surveys that we provide to veterans to voluntarily respond across the board with health, benefits, the Board of Veterans Appeals, and Memorial Service to tell us in real time how they experience the services they receive. It gives us information that we can immediately translate into reports and dashboards that go back to not only the leadership of VHA, but all the way down to the hospital and the CBOC. So the CBOC in Florence, South Carolina would get information on the experience of veterans who use that for outpatient services. They would know twice a week what the veterans were saying about that. And I mean, not just, on a scale of 5 to 10, was it good or not, but also comments, concerns, recommendations, and compliments. The majority of what we hear are in fact compliments, over 70% across the board. But those concerns are the ones we really want to look at. And that lets us know that Ralph Smith couldn't get his prescription. And it lets the Florence CBOC know that Ralph needs to be followed up with to get his prescription. Or if there's 9 people like Ralph, it lets us know there's a problem in pharmacy and we need to do something. This is enabling us in real time to be more responsive in a very systematic way. And this has worked so well, these surveys, that we're also, we've created one, and Carmen there and Jim have been the lead on this. We've created what we call C signals, community signals. It's a way for us with you, when you have a community-based event, to find out immediately what the veterans are experiencing, what they need, how well we did together. So the bottom line is we're trying every single way we can to expand the ways that we listen to veterans, how we learn from them what they need, how we adjust our service delivery before we launch it, and then to hold ourselves accountable with what we're doing. There's a lot of detail behind what I was saying, but that's a general, kind of a general overview of right now in this time of COVID, what we're trying to do. We're trying to end the year with all the energy that we can to make sure resources are there in the field with our veterans. They have the knowledge, the ways to reach us, to reach to, and to work hand in glove to make sure our engagement, as represented through Jim's team, is there. couldn't do anything without our CVEBs. You're just an exemplary one, and I thank you for what you do, and love to hear how we can help you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Davis. That was a great presentation and a lot of great information for us. We just have to absorb all that and disseminate it to everyone appropriately. Are there any questions specific to Dr. Davis or her team? She's got her team here. Are there any questions for them? They're spread out all over the country.
Wayne, I'd just like to make a comment that I don't know if you noticed or not, but the pamphlets and stuff that you were talking about, they got a link to them over in the chat side of the video.
Yes, thank you, Randy. That's excellent.
Good, thank you. And Jim we have a resource page. I'm sure you've already probably got that distributed to you. Make sure that's the easiest thing. Yeah, there was a lot of data, chatter, but the bottom line is, if I'm in your shoes, I want one page I can give to anybody, a veteran service officer, anybody in a nonprofit, anybody in the local churches, anybody in the Boys and Girls Clubs, anywhere. I want them to have one page. They know, oh my gosh, here's a veteran or their family. How can I serve them? Or who do they call? That's where to start.
All right, very good, thank you. And Randy, you have those resources. We can put those out. So
yes.
Okay, very good. Again, anything else for Dr. Davis and her team? Okay.
Is there one thing you would like us to know or help you with?
I'm going to talk about one thing here in a minute whenever I talk, but until then, I'll hold on.
Okay. Well, I look forward, if you don't mind, I'd like to hang around for a bit and listen in. Can I do that? And I know Carmen and Jim are going to be, and Megan will be around. If I have to leave, I'll slip out quietly, but I'd love to hear, you all and learn.
Okay. All right. Very good. Excellent.
Thank you.
Please feel free to stay as long as you can, Dr. Davis. Okay, moving on. Randy, I think I want you up next, please.
All right. Before we ever get started, I want to say one thing because I don't want him to have to toot his own horn. Martin received a presidential award this week for his community service with the VA, and I just want to say outstanding job, and he's definitely a good candidate that was voted in last year for Veteran of the Year here in our organization. So very good.
Awesome.
Outstanding. Awesome.
Our office is still operating under the same sequence. You got to make an appointment. It's got to wear a mask, no children type thing. So, but we are staying pretty busy. A lot of traffic. Definitely the traffic's definitely picking up. I think people are getting out a little bit more when they didn't feel like they could before, but it's definitely picking up. Also, for the veterans out there, speaking about surveys, I had sent a survey out that came from Grimsley's office, the Secretary of the VA here in South Carolina. He was just trying to get a feel of some of the things that are going on with veterans in the community. So if you get a chance to do that survey, please do it. The one thing that I was going to find out from the VA is I was wondering why, whenever we go to the VA to do blood work, why do they not check for the coronavirus antibodies? I think we may be very surprised at what we would find out if we do that. And I do believe that in the future, that's most probably going to be a test that will be done. I was just very surprised that the VA is not already doing it.
Not automatically doing that. So we will find out and get you a response there, Randy.
I just had blood work done about a week ago and they did not do it then. And I don't know why they don't. It seemed like they would. But and the one more thing is, as everybody knows, is I think CB's on board there and Miss Hicks is on board. Rick may have already left, but we've been working on with some names and stuff for the nursing home. We right now we're just working on the name itself and a couple of them. There will be plenty more, but just so some people can kind of get a feel of what we're looking at. The name of the nursing home itself, we're all kind of in agreement on Veteran Village. We don't want to have nursing home anywhere in the name or anything. And with Francis Marion being here, we kind of had to try to stay away from the Patriot side. For those of you that live here in Florence, y'all understand what we're saying. But the Veteran Village kind of sounds kind of whatever in the beginning, but once you say it and you think about it for a minute, it's actually pretty good. So that's one of the things that we're working on. And we're also, for anyone out there that's wanting to help us with some funding, as you know, we're going to need some funding for some different things that are going on at the nursing home. But we do have an account set up with the Department of Mental Health to where any funding that we got, so that way we don't have to handle money. And that's the best way. I always like it. Somebody else take care of it. Yeah. Other than, and then I got a couple of things here this is from Barry from the Veterans Park. As of right now, Veterans Day is still planned for November 11th at 11 o'clock. I will also let you know that I think one of the hospice companies contacted me about wanting to, if they do have the Veterans Day, have some type of breakfast or something there for them. And I gave them Barry's contact information. Also, just so you know, this is kind of a good ways in the future, next year as a matter of fact, but the 20th anniversary of 9/11, they're planning on having a big ceremony at the 9/11 monument, which all of you know that we have over at the Veterans Park it will be Saturday, September the 11th, 2021. So that's just for the future. And the last thing here, this is probably one of the most important things I've talked about yet is if you have not done the census yet, you can go to Mike Rickenbach's and do it in person. So that's one of the places here in the area that we do it. And so I would highly recommend for the areas out there that have not completed the census to please do so if you can. And that's all I have right now, Wayne.
All right, very, very good. A lot of good information. And like I said, all this information is being recorded, and it'll be Randy and his daughter have done a great job, and his staff, not only in recording a electronic copy of the minutes, but it's also on our website, the full proceedings here, the video and the audio proceedings. So we're archiving this every way that we know how. So thank you, Randy. That's great. Moving down here, I'll get to everybody. So I've got the list here. So we're kind of moving down kind of in sequence here. Woody, keeping with the theme of your VA, do you have anything for us right now?
Just a few things, Wayne. It's great to see everybody in this virtual environment, and hope everyone is well. Thank you, folks, by the way, for letting me do the opening prayer today. It's always an honor to do those type of things, so thank you very much. Just a couple of things from the VBA side of the house, and for those of you that I have not met, I am one of the 2 assistant directors here at the regional office in Columbia, and I hope we can get through this COVID thing quickly, because I miss seeing you guys, all of you, face to face, and the interaction with our veteran population there in the Florence area. And I actually love that drive on the way down there. Be that as it may, we are in this virtual environment. Great to see everybody. Just a couple of things from the regional office side of the house. We are in phase 1. And we've got about 40 of our 800 employees in the office. There's been no interruption of delivering benefits to our veteran population. The only thing that we've really had adversely impacted is walk-in traffic for veterans. And we have done a couple of things that help alleviate that. One of which is that we've opened up a public contact telephone line where veterans can call in if someone's not available. Let's say they have a familiarity with our folks here in the office. They can leave messages for our folks and we call them back. And I'm going to put this information into the chat box, and I'll also include it with the notes. But if you can hear me loud and clear and you want to jot down this number, that's perfectly good as well. The telephone number for public contact, our local folks here, is 647-2488. And again, I'll put that in the notes. And we've also got an email box, and what we monitor that. It's minutes, and we reach out to veterans if they have questions. We can either respond to them via the email if we have the answer, or we can set up like a face-to-face virtual type meeting with them and discuss their questions and hopefully come up with answers to assist them. But that email again, and it's kind of lengthy, so I'll put it in the box. But it's let me give it to you. VET, V-E-T, assist, A-S-S-T .VBA CMS, which is Columbia, at va.gov. And again, I'll put that in the notes. And for anybody that needs or has VBA related questions, I'm going to give you my personal contact information. And it's Woody, that's WOODY.Middleton@va.gov. And my telephone number, I'm in the office. I actually come in, I'm in the office today, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you can leave me a voicemail, and I just checked over there. I don't have any pending, thank goodness. 803-647-2358, and that is my direct line here in the office. And again, I'm in the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are looking at phase two. Phase two of reopening the office to employees includes bringing in veterans back in for public contact. It's going to be by appointment only. We've submitted plans that initially is targeting October the 13th. I think that's the Tuesday after Columbus Day weekend. But again, that's going to be based on the gating criteria. Let's continue to hope and pray for decline in COVID numbers, and we are able to open up the office for veterans to come back in. And that's all I have. I'm sorry for the lengthy discussion, and I'll put these comments and telephone numbers and stuff into the comments. And Wayne, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right. Thank you, Woody. Okay, very good. Again, like great information. As we proceed, I'd like for everybody to try to keep in mind for our round robin here, there are rules of engagement. If you can keep it to 2 minutes, that's appreciated in the interest of brevity and everyone's valuable time here. Okay. All right, Mr. McLam, Joseph.
Hey, sir, I'm the Chief of Staff for General Grimsley. He could not be here today. He's actually physically moving from one home to another home, still here in South Carolina, though. And nothing to add. I will cede my remaining 2 minutes to whoever's next.
Okay, very good. All right, very good. All right, CB.
Okay, get my mic back on. First of all, I mentioned last month, as an ELK member, we applied for a $5,500 grant, and we will be presenting that $5,500 check to Manor House Thursday at 10 a.m. For those of you who don't know, that's our soup kitchen. And with COVID affecting so many people, their numbers are really high. So it'll help them out. Let everybody know. Oh, and by the way, I'm CB Anderson, Veterans Resource Center of Florence. I am continuing to be in the office Monday through Thursday, 9 until 12. Things for the last couple of months were terribly slow, but now it's beginning to pick up, and we are beginning to assist vets, trying to do it all as much as we can by telephone and email. So fortunately, have not had to see anyone face to face. I'm going to throw one other thing out there. As a VFW member, we have a person wanting to donate a lot and get a house built for free for a veteran, but he's stipulating it needs to be a paraplegic. There's no way I can find these people. So if you know a paraplegic vet that would not mind having a free house, please let me know. Get them to get in touch with me and give me their information. That way you don't have to do it. And we're working on it. The land is there. It will be donated. We've already got a 501c3 set up, willing to get the funding and build the house. It's a matter of locating. I'd love to have at least 3, and we set up a panel and do interviews. And it's bad to say choose, but you know, you can only take one person. My thoughts, I would like to see a younger vet, preferably with children. that really need some help, and going to be working on it. And that's all I have for now.
All right, very good. Thank you, CB. All right, Mr. Thomas, Martin Thomas. Martin, anything from you? Okay, we'll come back if you have something to speak up. Mr. McClary?
Yes, Robert McClary, Williamsburg County Veteran Service Office. I apologize for the camera still not working, but
okay.
Wanted to update our office hours are still 8:30 to 5, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays by appointment, and my phone is open 24/7. Also, we have a scheduled visit by the secretary on October 6th, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's all the updates I have at this time.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Dr. Hicks, anything from you from the clinic?
Hi, good morning, and thank you for allowing me to speak. For flu shots, the flu shots are available this year not through Walmart, but through CVS. I would say not through Walgreens. It is available through Walmart, CVS, Kroger, Costco pharmacies, and it's of course free to veterans. And it will be open, the clinic, if you have an appointment in the clinic, we are seeing urgent and emergent, and we're increasing our number of face-to-face patients. If you come into the clinic for a face-to-face appointment, then we will offer the flu shots at that time. And we will probably in October begin to have flu shots on a sort of drive-by basis where you come drive up and you'll receive your flu shots, but that's not advertised yet and it's not in place yet. So for now, please go to the various pharmacies for your flu shots. I don't know, I've sort of been in and out because I have patients this morning, so I wasn't sure if Rich had spoken at all. No, because they are working on the new Florence clinic, and the clinic is due to, they've sort of been finalizing the location of the clinic, and we're still in suspense here, so we don't know where the location is going to be, but they're really moving quickly, and they're supposed to make some decisions over the next week and announce them before the end of this fiscal year. And as you know, the fiscal year ends at the end of September for us. We've been busy. The COVID-19, as I heard earlier, please wear your mask, do social distancing, wash your hands, and if you don't need to travel, stay home. Those are age-old treatments and age-old remedies, and they still work. We've lost several patients to COVID-19 and family members, and we're still getting numbers in at losses of veterans and their family members. So please encourage all of your constituents to observe these, but wearing a mask is huge. We can't undervalue it. It is huge, and encourage everyone to do so. I'm here to answer any questions, but that's really my big announcements here.
All right, thank you, Dr. Hicks. I like to add, Dr. Hicks' comments are very well taken, but in addition to wearing the mask, please encourage people to wear it correctly.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Over. Nuts when people go around and their nose is hanging out. I was like, this does you no good or nobody else any good. So
yes,
here at my clinic, we harp on it all the time. So, it's one thing to do it, another thing to do it right. So
correct.
Anyway, thank you, Dr. Hicks. And I hope the next clinic, the VA clinic, has a better access road to it.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. We're constantly, it is high volume use, especially with the bus and the volume of traffic that we get. And so we're constantly at the city to come and do repairs, and they do.
I know.
but it is a work in progress. The new location is supposed to be within 2 miles of a medical center. We have 2 here, so it may be in a completely different location. We don't know yet. So, but again, thank you all. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do for veterans. And if you know any veteran that needs health care, we're open, and we're registering new veterans on a daily basis, and we welcome them all. The other thing is these are trying times, and so suicide and suicide prevention really needs to be stressed, because these are stressful times for many people and many families who may be out of work, who may be their children are home, they're having to homeschool, they're having to make decisions about their children, which impact their health care. So we're available for that as well, and we have a robust mental health department that does telehealth, as we all do throughout the facility, but our mental health is very robust and is waiting and available for any veteran that needs those services.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Hicks. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Roosevelt, I'm sorry, Roosevelt, anything for you?
No, sir. Just glad to see everybody this day. And I got to run, but it's good to see you, and I'll check on you next time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Hey, Roosevelt.
Yes.
Is there any word on Hartsville Y?
No, sir.
No, not yet. Okay.
No, sir.
All
Or
right.
Darlington.
Or Darlington. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Red Cross, Ms. Cook.
Hi, good morning. So, yep, just a little bit going on. We are working with a women's veterans group doing our resiliency workshops through the Ralph H. Johnson. My counterpart up in Columbia would be more than happy to talk with someone about doing it with their women's groups at the VA Dorn. We are also continuing doing art therapy virtually. New changes to our FDA approval for giving blood. So check out our website to see if you can donate blood if you've lived overseas during the mad cow era. And we are still testing for antibodies for the COVID-19 if you donate blood. You'll get notified if you have the antibodies. And they do that free of charge. Well, that's pretty much it going on with the Red Cross.
Okay, very good. Good update. Thank you. Ms. Warren, Megan Warren.
Megan just hopped off. She's part of my team with VEO, so she had to just hop off for a team meeting that she's having with her own group.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. I wouldn't realize she's part of your team. Very good. Okay. Thank you. Okay. D'Angelo.
Hello, D'Angelo Brisbane. I'm the veteran advisor with the Service Member Family Care Program for the PD area. I don't have any new news. Old news is we still have not moved back into the Florence Armory. We did hire somebody for the ID card machine, but there's a caveat with that. They're not going to start until we actually move back into the Florence Armory. So we're supposed to move back in there here in September, but it's still untelling when we might move back. So it might be October, it might be November when we actually get back into the facility.
Okay. All right. I know you're anxious to get back.
I'm not in a rush.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Ms. Haywood.
Well, we're still here. We've been in the office. Of course, we're not seeing clients face to face yet. We certainly do have a target date to begin doing that. We still refer people to our intake number. We are, of course, having a lot of evictions, providing the certification that through the CDC, that Centers for Disease Control has provided, so that, of course, the moratorium for evictions is through December 31st, 2020, unless it's extended, changed, or terminated before that date. But working a lot with that, doing birth certificates, of course. DHEC is very busy during this COVID response that's going on. But we're still here. We're still providing people our intake number. We're here for the services that we usually provide as well. Working with the, of course, veterans and the homeless event.
And you are the South Carolina Legal Services.
I am. Barbara Tolson Hayward. Susan is in a hearing right now. Of course, with the courts closing down, it's slowed us down a little bit, but they're beginning to reopen, doing a lot of Zoom and video hearings, those kind of things, as much as we can. And as I said, they are beginning to reopen the courthouses so we can do whatever work we need to do over there.
Do you have the information on the Homeless Connect?
What information?
On Homeless Connect. I think Susan's going to plan on having Homeless Connect next month.
Yep.
Yes, yes. And she will provide that by email and by text to all the members.
Randy, I can help with that. I'm on that group too. Yeah, and it's the next Homeless Connect is planned for October the 7th at the First Baptist Church in the courtyard of the First Baptist Church on Irby Street. Okay, and we'll be getting that set up as we go through time. It may be now that it's cooled off a little bit, we can have it in their gym, but it's set for October the 7th. And there'll be more information going out on that.
That's all for me. Thank you for providing that for us.
All right.
Anything else?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Or is anybody? I see some phone numbers. I apologize. Can't associate everybody's name with a phone number. But is anybody that I've left out would like to say something? Anybody else? Mr. Thomas, are you there?
Yes, I'm sorry I had the mic off.
It's okay.
I'm sort of new at this stuff. So, but for everyone's information, I'm the VTN driver out of Florence, the Veterans Transportation Network. We have no date or time or anything in the near future to put out as when we will start transporting patients again. So unfortunately, we do have a lot of veterans with no way to Dorn, but unfortunately here again, the van is just not running. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thanks for that. And congratulations on your great award. What an honor that is.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
That's wonderful. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Speak up or forever hold your peace today.
So this is Jim Wartsky. I'm the one who has the 202 Washington, D.C. number. You can also see my picture up there. Let me take this opportunity, first of all, just to thank you all for having Dr. Davis on the call this morning. I've been getting a couple notes from her. She had to drop off, as well as my acting deputy, Carmen Gamble, who dropped off. They're doing a patient experience deep dive presentation that's actually started a couple of minutes ago. But I told them that I would stay on this call till the end to be with you. There's a couple of things I would like to say very quickly. Tony Davis, who's one of the members on my team, is still on the call, and he's filling in for Doug Webb, who's a familiar face more than likely. Doug was not able to join us on today's call, but Tony's his backup person and filling in, and will be able to help you in any way that you need. We also heard of Megan Warren, who's dropped off as well. She went on to her team meeting. But I just want to let you know that there's a good presence from VEO, and we'll always be there to support you. I would also like to extend my thanks to my peers and cohorts with VHA and VBA. Thank you very much, Woody and Dr. Hicks, for joining us on this call. The last thing I would like to say, too, is I put in the chat box to Joseph McLam. I've had a great talk a few weeks ago with our secretary from the state of South Carolina, Will Grimsley, about the virtual VAC. We are trying to fit it into the right schedule. There's a lot of factors that go in, but we certainly appreciate Will Grimsley and the state of South Carolina's efforts in supporting us in this virtual VAC. We were doing face-to-face VACs, which were absolutely fantastic. And then when it came about with the COVID virus, we suddenly had to go into a virtual mode, which Dr. Davis, with her ingenuity, helped us go through. And to date, we've done actually only one. But it was such a huge, huge success. And it was done in the state south of South Carolina, and that was in Florida, done in Jacksonville, Florida, but it was for the whole state. Our next one will be Pennsylvania. And as I talked to Will Grimsley, we're going to try to fit in South Carolina, but as the schedule is coming out, we're probably looking at February or March, but we'll be reaching out, and all I can say is those events are absolutely fantastic. So we're looking forward to working with you. Joseph, please give my best regards to Will Grimsley, and we're looking forward to working with everyone in the state of South Carolina with our virtual VAC. So thank you very much for this time.
All right. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Wartsky. We appreciate that a lot. Thanks for hanging with us and your staff hanging with us during this hour. Okay. Anyone else have anything to say? Okay. Okay. As we move along then, briefly, is there any old business that we haven't discussed thus far today?
The only thing I know of, Wayne, is the nursing home that we were planning on feeding is still on hold as of right now, but we're still planning on doing it as soon as they get cranked up and ready to go. So, and like I said before, normally we feed the veterans, but in this case, we plan on feeding everyone in the home, including the staff.
All right. Okay, very good. Thank you. Speaking of that, you prompted me, speaking of food, something really important. Normally, after every live VAC meeting, Randy supplies pretty much out of his own pocket a great pizza or barbecue lunch. And now that we have been estranged with the technology here, Randy, you owe us several lunches now. Okay,
I've been saving money.
I look forward to that every month. Okay, but thank you, Randy. All right, good. Is there any, I think we wrapped up, any new business that we need to bring up? Okay, no new business. Again, thank you for today's meeting. Woody, again, congratulations on a new addition to your family. What's this young person's name?
His name is Jonathan Robert. We're calling him Jake. John is from my father's name, and Robert is from my fiance's name. But we're big into nicknames, so we decided on Jake.
Very good. Very
good. He's been a blessing.
Very good. Very good. Well, congratulations to everyone there. Okay. Parting shots. Okay. All right. Like I said, the proceeding and minutes will be on our website, the audio and the video. We finally tackled that technology, I think. So if there's nothing else, thank you for bearing with me today as we adjusted for Dr. Davis's schedule, and it's really great to have her on board and relay us all this great information. Thanks to her staff who took the time to be with us today too, and you're invited anytime, please.
And,
all right.
And that website is FlorenceCountyVeteranAffairs.com.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
All right, on behalf of the commander, Mr. Warren, I wish everybody a great week and a great month, and just continue doing great things for veterans, those deployed, those that are here still in CONUS, and our deceased veterans. So don't forget about them either. All right, everybody have a good week. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Woody, have a good day, bud. Hope you get some sleep.
Thanks, Randy. Yeah, I'll try my best. Man, I miss you guys.
Oh, I miss you too, man. I hope you get to come down, man.
Got to get on the course. All
there
right.
you go.
We'll talk later. Let me know if you need anything.
All right, man.
All right.
Seemed like a good meeting there, Wayne.
I think
good
so.
Job.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad her whole staff could hang around. That's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day, Wayne.
You too. I'll send this tape to you.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
All right.